Is going on, YouTubers? It is referee Rob Jackson back with another video. Today we're gonna be going ahead to look at another video by the Bengal Dragon. This is part 2 of the review of the original Claire Redfield story everyone missed by the Bengal Dragon. Please make sure to go to his channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Share his videos with your friends. And he also has done some GMVs, which are similar to AMVs, animated music videos, but they're gaming music videos. This man is legally blind, and he has done all these amazing videos in his YouTube career. So please go ahead and check them out. Check out his GMVs. Share them with everybody. Check out his reviews of Claire Redfield. Check out his reviews of the football games, and I'm not saying American football, I'm saying true football, as in the soccer games, the Bangladesh versus etc. games. Please check those out. Check out his voice impressions, and let's continue this video.
I'll keep her busy. Did you catch that? Here it is again. Notice where her left hand is. Keep her busy. Just go for the emergency elevator.
Chris?
She is basically clutching at her chest with an expression of fear in her face.
Wait, what?
I'll keep her busy.
Oh.
Just go for the emergency elevator.
Chris?
She is basically clutching at her chest with an expression of fear in her face. She never acted this frightened up until this point in the entire series. Even in Resident Evil 2, when Claire had no idea what a zombie is, or even when she faced the liquor for the first time, she never acted this frightened. This means that for a girl that started the game with so much fire, adrenaline, and determination, something so severe happened that it almost knocked the fight out of her. Also, and this is something I should have emphasized even more in the previous video. Notice this line. Vader.
Chris, but
I can take care of this. Just go.
You have to make it. Don't die on me.
Not only is there a tone change between Chris, but, and the rest of what she says, where she says Chris, but in a tone of concern, and the rest in a tone that is almost scolding Chris. This is a very loaded line. Chris, who cares about Claire, and in return, Claire cares about Chris, is trying to protect her. The last time someone who cared about Claire, and who in return Claire cared about, tried to protect her, didn't make it, and died on her. So this is Claire basically telling Chris what happened to Steve, saying that Steve didn't make it and died on me. Don't you die on me too.
You have to make it. Don't die on me.
And also, think about this line. This is a line you have heard in
you could take it like that, but also you could think that like she's saying just don't die on me because I've lost too much.
Who are of romantic interest. You've heard this even in Resident Evil. I believe Leon said it to Ada. Ada said a variation of it to Leon. Even Eva from Metal Gear 3 said a variation of this to Naked Snake, or who was Big Boss later on. Claire is telling this to her
Yeah, you had to bring that up, didn't you?
This suddenly makes the context of this very depressing. And to add to this, from this final battle point, Claire constantly seeks assurances from Chris about making it.
You have to make it. Don't die on me. Remember your promise. Chris, promise me. Please promise that you won't leave me alone again.
It's almost as if she is begging for Chris to succeed and to make it out alive and to not leave her again. Think about that. For a girl that had so much fire and even sass,
I have no idea what you're babbling about.
You don't fool me. I am Alfred Ashford.
I am the one who knocks.
Oh? You must be one of Umbrella's lower level officers if you're in command of a backwater base like this one.
to be turned into someone who is
Bro!
desperate. It shows that something that severe happened to Claire. And finally, notice her confidence in her brother's ability
Why don't you send your brother the coordinates and ask him to come help?
Thanks. I'll do that.
Hey, I was just kidding.
But Steve didn't trust her
There's no
because
way
he
he
didn't know
could
her
get here,
brother.
even if he is your brother.
Yes, he can. I'm sure of it.
And also, in this moment where Claire raises Steve's hand, and yes, it's not the other way around. Claire's hand is in the bottom. I don't know why people think that Steve is actually bringing her hand to his face. He has to take a breath between the words your and warm. So he's not in a condition to do anything. Notice, even here, she is confident in her brother's abilities.
You're warm.
Steve, you've got to hang in there, okay? My brother's come to save us. We're getting out of here.
That her brother will come and save them and they will get out of there together. Now, after Steve's death, notice her reactions to her brother.
You've made it.
Of course. Now do you understand? She acted surprised because something so severe happened that not only the confidence in her...
So, I'm going to correct you there. She didn't act surprised. She was glad that he made it. Like, there was no active surprise. She was glad that he made it because she knew that he was going to make it. So, sorry, Tan. I hate to be that guy, but she didn't act surprised. She was glad he made it because she knew he was going to make it. She was just glad. Let's continue.
Her abilities was almost broken. Her confidence, even in her brother's abilities, was severely shaken. Take a look at these other clips.
Not really.
If you don't believe me. Because the rest of the game, she goes, Chris, please make it. Chris, please make it. Chris, please make it. Chris, don't leave me. This further shows that Steve's death not only shattered her confidence in...
Well, if you actually look at it, like, no, like, she still knew her brother would make it because she already knew her brother has already been through this because of the incident at the mansion. So it's not that it shattered her confidence. She relied on her brother to keep his promises because of the fact that he has gone through what he has, but she's also gone through that same thing. And now she's relying on him to keep his promise and to also, make it through everything. Her confidence was not shattered. She has confidence in her brother. She just understands what he went through and asks and wants him to keep his promise. But that doesn't mean her confidence is shattered. But I do agree that she still wants him to keep his promise. That is the truth.
Her own abilities, but even shook her confidence in her brother's abilities. She was that badly wounded by what happened to Steve. And
she was badly wounded, but she wasn't that badly wounded.
And this is why I needed to make another video to fully explain the extent of her mental devastation. Speaking of Steve, a person that, let me remind everyone, even Claire knew only for one day. Because it's not like only Steve knew Claire for one day. It's the other way around as well. My analysis concludes that Claire never got over how Steve died. This is because I have seen
I do agree with. So there are certain things I don't agree with, but this I agree with.
That she was involved in directly. And by that I mean only 2 appearances. Resident Evil Degenerations, because it is very consistent with the timeline, and Resident Evil Revelations 2, which is canonically the last time Claire Redfield shows up. In these 2 biohazard incidents that followed, there are explicit and subtle signs that indicate that Claire's mind goes back to the events of Code Veronica much more than the events of Raccoon City. Let us begin with this game. For a girl to have the fight knocked out of her after Steve's death, whereas she was nothing but fighting at the beginning of the game. Notice the one time after Steve's death, she gets some fight back.
I have Steve to work with.
What?
Steve. In his body, there's still a living T. Alexia virus. Steve should be a good specimen. Maybe he'll come back alive just as I did and be able to see your sister again.
Don't you touch him!
That's right. The one time she even gets a little bit of fight
She doesn't
back
even get that
is
way with
when
Leon.
Steve is mentioned, and when Wesker implies that he is going to do horrible things to Steve's corpse. This goes to show you how badly Claire was hurt by Steve's death.
That
And
is
also goes to show
facts.
you that underneath all that bravado and all that energy, Claire Redfield is a softie. And even unbeknownst to Chris,
Sorry, Tan. Below all of that bravado, we're all a softie. All men and all women are that way. You can't just say, oh, Claire Redfield below that is a softie, dude. Everybody is. Even Chris. But men, we don't show it. Women do show it. So
he puts Claire in the same position again. Once again, Chris is trying to protect Claire from Wesker the monster. And that is why this supposedly cheesy Bollywood interaction.
You get out of here, Claire.
But what about?
As a surviving member of STARS, I have to finish this.
Remember your promise.
No, I'm not going to make fun.
that's not really a cheesy Bollywood thing. That's a survival thing. That's a survival thing in all movies, whether it's Bollywood or American or British or German or whatever. If you're in a survival situation and you have someone that is the last hope, you send them away. Fuck, Star Wars did that shit. Star Wars did that shit. If Luke did not survive, the last hope was Leia, and they even said that in the movies in the 1970s. Dude, if you have someone that can get away and you have a chance to fight someone, if you have a chance to fight something off for someone to get away in order for them to survive and provide a new hope for a new generation, that's not a Bollywood cheesy classic. That's a literal instinct of survival. That's how it is. Sorry.
Of that. Not in this video. If
I'm
you
not
want
even
me to
making
make
fun of that. I just
will
told you
do that
facts,
in another
buddy.
video. Just put it in the comment section below. But this interaction suddenly has a lot more weight because Claire is constantly reminding Chris, don't you die on me too. And this is actually some pretty heavy storytelling. I am so surprised that I did not find even a single YouTube video that actually puts this front and center. I'm surprised that no one highlighted this. To add to this heavy storytelling, let's move on to the final cutscene, which is filled with signs of Claire's mental devastation. I established earlier that the most likely thing Claire is doing is that she is crying and praying at the same time. You can refer back to the original video around the 41-minute and 14-second mark.
Chris, where are you?
Once Chris lands on the Harrier, this is the foreground story.
That's not a crying and praying video. That's not crying and praying. That's just...
Hey, you know that I always keep my promises.
Claire is chuckling at a cheesy joke. Now, this is the background story.
Hey, you know that I always keep my promises.
Your brother kept his promise. I'm sorry, I cannot.
Hey, you know that I always keep my promises.
The background story is that Claire's brain is telling her that she should be happy.
I think
She
it's
is
an
escaping
automatic
with Chris,
response.
a person she tried to find for 3 months.
I think it's an automatic response to the promise that Steve kept, that Steve kept and failed to keep. But the reference that it made to Steve saying your brother kept his promise and him keeping his promise, yeah, it's a cheesy joke, and yeah, she's gonna laugh at it, but that's not like a forced laugh. That's like something that just naturally happens. But there are people who, like in bad situations have a nervous or, like a nervous chuckle or a laugh and an automatic response. Like sometimes that just does happen and you realize like, oh shit, like that's what it is. And sometimes you're thankful it happened, but yeah, no, that's what it is. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. We're going to get back to this at some point. This is just the second half of the original Claire Redfield story everyone missed from the Bengal Dragon. Please subscribe to the Bengal Dragon. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like what we see, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your family if you think it's appropriate. And if it's inappropriate, share with your friends on the entire internet. My name is Referee Rob Jackson, and I will get back to you guys in the next video. Right now I'm doing a watch through of The Walking Dead, and I'm going to go ahead and keep doing that through. I'm going to keep watching The Walking Dead all the way through, the entire series to show all of Rick's direct and indirect mistakes that cost everybody everything, and I'm going to do that video soon. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. And for those on Memorial Day, by the way, thank you for the birthday wishes, but those on Memorial Day, thank you for your service, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for your service. Stay safe. God bless you, and I will see you again.